Good morning, VW lovers. It's Saturday right now. I had to run by the shop to take care of a few things, and so I thought while I was here, I'd go ahead and do a video on one of my personal cars. This is a 56 VW Beetle convertible. Technically, it should be a 57. The production date on this one was September 56, which makes it a 57 model year, but for whatever reason, the car is registered as a 56, so I guess you can call it one or the other. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Definitely an early 57 though, if it is a 57, because of a few details on the car. Anyway, I've had this car for a little over a year now. People who are in Southern California and have been in the VW scene for a while may know this car. This car was originally built by a gentleman named Drew Colomi. He's actually the same fella that owns the green Ghia that you see sitting over here. So Drew bought this car when he was a teenager. His family owned a dealership called Colomi Motors, and he got this car. He found it, I think, sitting in somebody's driveway or something like that, and needed a complete restoration. So they went and they did it. And I think he said the car, they finished it in about 1987 or so. You know, took it to the VW Classic. It won a bunch of awards and so on. He kept the car for quite a while. He finally sold it at some point. Went to a collector back east somewhere, and then for whatever reason, that collector decided to sell the car, and that's when I bought it through Drew as the broker. Again, about a year ago. So anyway, that's enough of me rambling about that. Let's go ahead and look at some details on the car. So you can see this one is pretty much a very stock car. It's got a few accessories and so on that I'll show, but you know, stock ride height, stock wheels, very original looking car. I'm not sure what the original color on this car was, but Drew chose to do it in black and red when he restored the car back in the day, which I think is just an amazing color combination. You can see the red interior here just really looks great with the black exterior. Well, let's talk about the interior for a minute. So pretty much a stock interior with a few little changes. It's got Holes style recliners on the seats. You can see it's got a Petrie steering wheel. This is an original one, not a reproduction, and the same is true for the horn button. We've got a recently restored by Ryan at Orange Empire Speedometers trip speedometer that he did a really great job on. It's got a Dehen fuel gauge, which is not hooked up right now. I'm in the process of finishing getting that hooked up. It's got a video speedometer, or excuse me, video tachometer. It's got a Motorola Big M radio, which is a correctly dated one for a 56 car. I mentioned earlier it's a late 56, early 57. Those of you that know the details of these cars, you can see the heater outlets are way up front like they would be on a 56 or early 57. So let's go around the back of the car here. We'll take a look at the motor. So the motor is still a 36 horsepower motor, but it does have the Wolfsburg West Okrasa style dual port heads and carburetor setup on it. Gives it a little bit more power, makes it a little bit more drivable in traffic and so on and so forth. Really a great motor, very smooth running, fires up every time. Really looks nice. We'll probably go ahead and do some more details on this motor. Per the way this shop is known, there's some things we could actually improve a little bit on it cosmetically and really bring it up to the level of our shop here now that I'm here. Really nice original Vert deck lid. It's the real deal. It's not one that's been converted. You can see we had to cut Drew had to cut the rain gutter a little bit, you can see the air cleaner there to clearance it. It's necessary when you run the Okrasa style dual carbs. Really nice canvas top and boot cover for it. So there you go. That's about it for the car. You know, it's just a really nice older restoration with some tasteful accessories on it. Albert Swan neck style mirrors here. So yeah, pretty simple car overall. Again, basically stock with a few little accessories and the Okrasa kit and a few things on the interior of the car. Really a pleasure to drive. Of course, being in Southern California, really nice to drive around with the convertible top down. This car almost never has the top up on it because why would I drive it with the top up? It's a convertible, right? And of course, the weather here is usually good enough that you can do that. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll probably do videos on my other two cars pretty soon. And then at some point soon, we'll probably also do one on Rafa's bus. We've got to put a battery in it and get it started and get it out of the corner here it's been hiding in. But yeah, more videos to come. So please stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.